Morning guys, and today is the day we I've got a spot at BHP UK to have our KTM remap. She's all strapped in now, ready to go, and we're going to a place, I'm going to put it up on screen because I forgot the name. It's just past Manchester anyway, but it's an hour and a half drive away. But yeah, we've got a full remap, full dyno setup, custom remap for it. So I'm going to set off in the next 20 minutes, I think it is. Yeah, it's about an hour and a half to get there anyway. So, see you on the road, guys. So guys, I just arrived at BHP UK, it's just in a Unity corner, and I spotted one of the workers inside. He said I can set a camera angle up if I want to do that. Once I speak to Carl, I think he's called. Local's going to be doing dyno. But yeah, I'm going to go in now, put a camera angle on. Alright, I'll see you when we get inside. Well guys, we're in, and dyno room's just through there for it. She's finally getting a remap. Set a camera angle up on it now anyway. Right guys, so we're just in mapping room now. Just going to sort a few more bits out, try and figure out why there's a couple of faults come up on dash. And then we're going to be at it with dyno. BHP UK. Quite welcoming here actually.
So we've got the main dyno screen here. You've got your RPM, which we'll calibrate in shortly.
Yeah.
Speed, not really that relevant to us. We do use it when we're calibrating stuff like the RPM and things like that. The most important thing to us is the air fuel ratio.
Yeah.
So I tend to have it on 3 different graphs or 3 different representations. Bar graph, and I've got that colour coded so that it gives you a different colour for different regions of air fuel ratio that we're in.
Yeah.
So up to 13, it's green. 13 to 14 it's yellow, and then 14 to 15 it's amber, and above that it's red. We definitely don't want to be in the red when you're running it. Because it's such an important metric, I have it displayed in 3 graphs.
Yeah.
This is just a numeric value, and this is a trace. Not really so important for, or I won't use it as much for a bike like this, but sometimes if you, on some bikes and some cars, certainly on cars that we're running with aftermarket engine management systems, we need to see what that trace is doing.
Yeah.
If it starts to go lean, for example, and it's starting to get lean, we might have to stop the run. You wouldn't do it on an OEM car or an OEM bike, but if it's running aftermarket engine management systems, then sometimes, because you've got to put all the data values in, if it starts to run lean, we'll address that issue before we do the run at a higher RPM.
Yeah.
But basically, it just gives us a 2-second trace of what it's doing, so we can build up a pattern.
Yeah.
Of what it's doing. On the car side of things, I would have, on the right hand side, I have engine management data, or EOBD data. On bikes, sometimes we use 2 lambda sensors, so I'll just copy it over to the right hand side of the screen. I'll show you some of the car stuff after if you want.
Yeah, 100%, yeah, that'd be right.
But as far as the data that would be here, we present it on this screen here, because we're just doing, it's not a full development run that we're doing. I'm just using what we call the KTM basic values. So it gives us engine speed, coolant temperature, advance, and accelerator position. So that's your accelerator position as to how much we're twisting your throttle grip.
Yeah.
It's not your throttle position. Your throttle position is governed by the engine control unit.
Right.
So in sport mode, for example, at 50% accelerator, you may get 50% throttle opening.
All right, yeah.
In rain mode, you would probably only get 30.
Yeah.
So it just numbs it down a little bit. The other advantage of this is what you call a fly-by-wire system. The other advantage of this is that when you come onto the throttle, it can, when you come onto the accelerator side, it can open the throttle plate a little bit slower, so the engine doesn't bog lean. It certainly helps to get around some of the emissions standards and specifics that the Euro regulations demand of a bike manufacturer. Alright, this screen is the results. This is the results graph as to what we've got power and torque wise, and the RPM that we've got it at. What we're going to do, we're going to run it in. I'll bring it up to temperature first, because it's only 35 degrees, which is ambient temperature, virtually just a bit higher. I'll bring the engine up to temp, and then we'll do the 4 runs that we need to do. One will be at 20% acceleration, 25% acceleration opening, one will be at 50, one will be at 75, and one will be at 100%, all wide open throttle. And the accelerator signal there, although Texa says it's a percentage, is actually degrees of motion. So 84.3, that's how much rotation you've got on the accelerator. 85 degrees. Alright. So at 20 degrees, that's about 25%, give or take. So we'll just do it at 20. We'll do one at 40, one at 60, and one at 85. Alright.
Yeah, perfect.
That will give us a full picture of what the bike's doing, how much power it's making, at what RPM, and the air fuel ratio that we've got. So we run it standard first, run it in sport mode, and put the map on it, and then we run it again to make sure it's doing what we expect it to do.
Yeah, perfect.
Alright.
Yeah.
As far as safety is concerned, if we stay forward of the fire extinguishers, the only reason we say that is if there's going to be any failures, we're going to be the back of the bike. We've never had one chain let go in 20 odd G's of running dynos, so I've never had a failure on the cars, touch wood.
Yeah,
so far, hoping this one's not going to be the first. But just as a safety aspect, if you stay over there.
Yeah, that's fine.
The other thing is, if you see something you don't like, just give me a wave, don't approach the bike. And lastly, if the carbon monoxide alarm goes off, I'll just shut the runs down and we'll go out. Shouldn't do, because that should empty the whole room in under 10 seconds, and that fills it with fresh air in just over 5. And that's fresh air from outside. So
it's the right setup.
so we're not, even if the carbon monoxide alarm goes off, we're not going to die, don't worry. Twisted pair of wires that the whole bike talks to. One control unit will talk to another control unit, will talk to another control unit, instead of having direct links to everything. So you've got your ABS pump would talk to your ECU. On a car you'd have a separate body controller unit. You've got your instrument cluster, and instead of all having different wires, they run on the same CAN bus, it's called. And it means that every unit can talk to every other unit. If KTM starts to get CAN faults, it can be anything. It can just be that you've unplugged your servo like you have, and now it's saying that I can't communicate with the servo, so that's a CAN communications issue. So it gives you a CAN communications fault. I don't think it's actually got a fault on it anymore, because when we were trying to do the runs, it was the traction control was kicking in.
Alright, yeah.
So it may just be like a stored thing. So just do have you got some riding gear with you?
Have I got? Yeah, I've got some riding gear. Yeah.
Alright, that'd be worth just
seeing if everything's running right.
yeah. It's always a bit fucking dubious time to test traction control, but it wasn't on it definitely wasn't working when you bought it in.
No, it weren't working when I brought in that ABS for also playing up.
But it looks like it is now. So I'm just going to do another scan on it now just to see what's going on. But as far as the tune's concerned, it's absolutely perfect. Bang on the datum line. We get a little bit rich at the top end, certainly at low RPMs, at low load or at low throttle opening, which you're not really going to ever be at 7,000 RPM with your accelerator up to 20%.
Yeah.
You know, when you're at that, you're going to be revving it out at that point anyway. But I tend just to overreach them a little bit, just in case you are there.
Yeah.
It just takes a little bit of strain off the engine. So we're pretty much at 13.2 everywhere. Feathers down to it, and then, like I say, at the very end, at the very top of the rev range, it's a little bit higher. It's making a nice healthy 170 horsepower at the back wheel. We are 6 horsepower up.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah. Obviously that's not from this bike, because we couldn't do the run stock, could we?
Yeah.
But the same bike, and it was running exactly the same software, but with the stock exhaust system on it.
That's not bad at all. No. 6 horsepower.
You can do a ramp actually comes with the dyno, it just comes down like that.
Alright.
But you just need a much bigger room then, don't you?
So it's a gorgeous machine. Alright, that's pretty much as remap done now. I just need to do a bit of a test drive on it and see how we are. See how there. Yeah, so basically guys, we had a bit of an issue when we turned up. It was a fault was coming up which was restricting the bike's rev range from exceeding 6,000 onwards, which weren't good. And luckily Carl's managed to do use a map from a previous bike with similar modifications to actually get us to where we needed to be. So he's just bringing it out for us now, look, so but luckily we brought it in, because if we did use their online services, because they send you like a machine out now, they wouldn't have been able to do it for me, so it'd have been a waste of money, quite frankly. So let's get geared up guys and I'll see you back on bike.
Leading the middle down.
Yeah. I'll look over my shoulder. Right guys, let's get this test road. Yeah guys, this is an absolute monster. I mean, we are sticking to the speed limit, as you can see. We're not going to be breaking no speed limits today, but we've got the snatchiness, what we're in the throttle's completely gone now. That's completely gone. We've got the ABS, obviously that were a fault. The traction control were also an issue. That's been sorted now. All those leaks have been took off. And luckily, because Carl said if he couldn't have sorted that, it would have been more of a problem, because we'd have had to take the bike back, get an eliminator, and then brought the bike back yet again. So we could do all this over again, but he's managed to sort it for us, obviously using a custom remap. But it feels absolutely so responsive on throttle, it's unbelievable. A lot better than what it was feeling like before. And when you open throttle up, I mean, as you can feel, that is really, really responsive. Yeah, feels like a completely different machine. Yeah, I'm really impressed. And I've got to say, BHP UK, I didn't expect as much of a warmer welcome, if I'm honest. I don't know why, because they give me no impression to say otherwise, but when I got in and Carl shook his hands and all that, and he says, oh yeah, you're more than welcome to come through, and like they've got their own YouTube anyway, so I'll put a link up for that. And such a welcoming company to go to, and like I said, they've saved me a hell of a lot of problems. He probably didn't tell that I didn't get an eliminator anyway, but as you can see, it didn't really matter, and we've sorted it. But yeah, I am really, really impressed. Let's just go down here and turn around. We'll not stay on this estate long, so I don't think they'll be too happy for me being here, but let's quickly spin round. It's unbelievable how much it's actually changed. I didn't expect it to be so so different. We'll just say that'd be easier. Wow, different machine altogether, man.
Yours against a V4 210.
Yeah.
Right, okay. At 7,000 RPM, you are 28 horsepower above the 210. The 210 makes 2 horsepower more, but it is after the red line of your bike. Now the Ducati Street Fighter makes 197. I've seen them at 200, but it is just at the top end. But at 7,000 RPM, it's only making 98 brake horsepower. So yours is 36 horsepower up on that. But if you're measuring power, it's 30 horsepower down, but you've got to be above 10,000 RPM to make use of it.
Yeah, to make use of power difference.
And then
I saw one thing, Carl. It responds a lot nicer than it did before. A lot more responsive.
now this will take the wind out of your sails a bit, right, because that dark blue one
Yep.
is the GS, right? And up until 7,000 RPM, the GS beats everything.
Oh, you're an adventure bike, GS?
Yeah. It beats everything up to 7,000 RPM. Right, okay, so at 6,000 RPM, yours was making... okay, so yours was making 104 at 6. The GS is making 118.
Nearly 14 horsepower difference. Over 14 horsepower.
At 6,000 RPM. The Street Fighter is making 87 at that. No, it's not. Yeah, sorry. No, it's not. It's making 79 at that point. Obviously, the different engines. The Street Fighter V4 is designed to rev out a lot harder.
Yeah.
Whereas on the BMW at 8,500, 9,000 RPM, it's all.
So I've got an Africa Twin, and it's only 100 horsepower. Admittedly, it's not got the horsepower Beamer has, but it's a lot. The punchy on takeoff. That's staggering, mate. You wouldn't expect that to be fair, would you? That's fastest bike on takeoff. Produces most horsepower with that rev range.
Up to 7,000 RPM.
Yeah.
But then obviously don't forget, it only produces any horsepower up to 9.
Yeah.
It's you're not really comparing like for like, but you know, for riding it on the road, where are you?
I've got a.
See, I ride the GS and I've got an RS, and the RS is way more fun. You know, I mean, it's so visceral. It's just, you know, it's a different machine to ride. But if you just want to go out and have an easy day, the GS has it hands down.
Yeah, that's why I like my Africa twins. I like to do a bit of touring and stuff like that. It's.
The Africa twins are awesome.
Well, I'm going to say thanks to Carl anyway. He's done a grand job for me getting me bike all sorted. So thank you very much, Carl.
You're welcome, mate.
Thank
Nice
you very
to meet
much.
you.
Carl at BHP UK, guys. Check him out. Ciao. See you later, Carl. Alright, guys. That's it. Cost us £349. And £50 deposit, so we were $399 originally, but we've settled it off with Carl now. Just going to load it up. I was going to ride it back, but weather's looking a bit maybe not, so we'll get it loaded onto the van and head off back. And that's the game. The old days of trying to shove a bike in back of a van are over. You get a ramp, so much easier. Right guys, bear with me. I'm just going to get it strapped down and we'll be on. See you later. So guys, that's pretty much it now. We've got biking back. We've got another hour and a half now, 2 hours to get back, subject to traffic. But that's been this trip to BHP UK to get the KTM superduke 1290R Gen 2 remapped. So guys, thanks for watching the video, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like and subscribe. See you later guys.